Welcome back to Draft Genius, and it's time for another scouting report video. In this video, we'll take a look at Henry Ruggs III from the University of Alabama. Ruggs is a 6 foot, 190 pound junior receiver that finished the season with 40 receptions for 746 yards and 7 touchdowns. Ruggs was a part of an 11-2 Alabama squad that finished the 2019 season ranked number 8 in the country and finished with a victory over Michigan in the Citrus Bowl. So let's take a look at his game and see if he has what it takes to make it at the next level. Ruggs is an elite athlete. He has elite speed that very few human beings on this planet have. This is the most intriguing part of his game in my opinion. There's always a need for playmakers in the NFL, and I can see a guy like Ruggs easily transitioning into the NFL and being a productive player for any team on day one. He ran a 4.27 at the NFL Combine, and that speed definitely shows up on film. He covers ground quickly and eats up the space between him and defenders with ease. His speed and athleticism make him very dangerous after the catch, and anytime he has the ball in his hands, he's a threat to take one to the house. Ruggs' versatility is also something that NFL teams are going to like a lot. He's a guy that can line up on the outside, in the slot, or in the backfield if need be. I can see him being used a lot on screens and reverses. He'd be a great RPO guy, and he'd be great working over the middle of the field in space. I also see some special teams value from him as a returner if a team were willing to use him in that way. The biggest issue that I have with Ruggs overall is production. Alabama was loaded with talent all over the field on both sides of the ball. Going into the 2019 season, many believe that Alabama had the best group of receivers in the country, led by Jerry Jeudy and of course Henry Ruggs. What has me scratching my head is that on film, it seems like Henry Ruggs was an afterthought in the Alabama offense. Jerry Jeudy was clearly the number one guy, and Devontae Smith seemed to be the next guy up. It was evident on film, and their numbers backed this up. Ruggs would just disappear a lot of the time on film and would go without touching the ball for long periods of time. When he has the ball in his hands, he's clearly capable of doing great things. There just didn't seem to be a sense of urgency in getting him the ball. This stood out to me the most, and I can't help but to wonder, was it a schematic thing, or if Ruggs just wasn't as good as the other Alabama receivers? Nonetheless, a lot of people are excited about Henry Ruggs because of the potential that he has. He has game-breaking speed, and I assume that it'll be very enticing for teams looking for a player like that. He undoubtedly can be a dangerous weapon for any team that he lands on. The big question is, can Ruggs be a number one guy, or is he just a complimentary type of guy? Either way, I think he should be able to carve out a solid NFL career. But for a guy that's getting as much hype as he is, he should be a clear number one at some point in his career. That's not what I've seen from Ruggs at this point, especially this past season. I don't think Alabama did a great job of utilizing him, but it's very difficult with so much talent at one position. With that being said, I do believe at worst, Ruggs will be a valuable weapon in the NFL. His athletic skill set is elite, and guys like him aren't just walking around everywhere. I think it's key for the team he ends up on to utilize him correctly. If that happens, I could see him easily being a Tyreek Hill type of player. If not, then I'm afraid he'll end up just being another guy, and I hate to see that for such a talented player. Henry Ruggs is an interesting prospect, and I'll be watching him closely over the course of his NFL career. So, do you agree or disagree with this breakdown of Henry Ruggs III? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know what you think about Henry Ruggs' game. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. See you next time, and always remember, film don't lie.